Ladies and gentlemen of the living and the dead, my name is Ari Esther, and I am your friendly neighborhood Necromancer who fears all things horror. Happy Wednesday! Happy Wednesday! Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. How are we all doing on a Wednesday? Halfway through the week we are. Halfway through the week we are. Hello, CJ Anime fan. Hope they've been liking this game. I don't know much about it, but it seems to have a pretty good game. I am having fun. I love Ace Attorney games. You know, and it's my favorite character. Can't go wrong. Can't possibly go wrong. He's got a lot of compassion, coolness, thoughtfulness, and humor, in my opinion. Thank you. So kind. So kind. You're always so kind to me. Hello, Lena. Solving crime on a plane. Kudo Shinichi would be proud of us. Yeah, he'd be even more proud if we jump out the plane and catch the culprit falling through the sky somehow with a soccer ball. Funny story. I watched some Detective Conan today. I don't know why. I just felt like it. I watched like one episode. And I don't know why I did it, but I did. It was chill. It was chill. Something about an arsonist. That's all I can remember. Hello, Punkaglar. What's up? Welcome in. Hi, one brain cell. Gotta hit him with the nuh-uh and the yaha combo to win the case. Yes. Yes. Very exciting. We gotta object and we gotta tell him to hold it. Because that's how it always works in the courtroom. Bob opening music. That's right, Yuri Candy. I'm all fired up. I'm all excited. Hi. Drink some water. I was on Twitter today, and I saw someone post, like, VTubers, what do you guys do in the 10 minutes starting screen? And I was like, wait, people have their starting screen on for 10 minutes? Ain't no way! That's crazy to me. Do people really have 10-minute long starting screens? I'm not judging. I'm legitimately curious. Like, I can't imagine having my starting screen out for 10 minutes unless there's some sort of, like, I don't know, crisis happening. But apparently that's normal? Huh? I don't know. Personally, if I'm honest, if I'm watching a stream and they keep me waiting for 10 minutes, I may not stick around because I'm impatient. So, but yeah. So I'm so nice to you guys. Only keep you waiting for like 3 minutes max. I'm so kind. I'm so thoughtful. All right. Let me close this. Let me move this here. Also, thank you guys for voting on my IDK what to do for my 1-year anniversary stream thingy. Thank you. That was very helpful. It's so funny though, because I threw the tier list on as like a lol, because I couldn't think of anything else, and apparently everyone and their mom is very interested in a tier list. So now I have to come up with tier list ideas. Why am I like this? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. All right, well, anyhow, let's get in the game. We're on the second case. We are on the Turnabout Airlines. So, someone has died. I can't remember who. I know some blonde dude that looks oddly like Byakuya. And we were suspected of their murder. We were suspected of their murder. But then we kind of sort of cleared our name. And Rhoda is going to assist us in our investigation. So that's where we are. That's where we are at right now. And I was making voices at the end of the last stream, and I can't remember what I did. Oh yeah, I did a really odd, I don't even know what's going on, accent for this dude. I was doing some kind of voice for her. And that's as far as we got. That's as far as we got. So we're investigating the murder of someone. Maybe we should pull it up. Okay. This dude. This guy. We're investigating the murder of this guy. Some blood, some money, and what is that? Go-Yo Airlines. Is that a mascot? Okay. Anyway. What was this person's name? I can't remember. Let's take a look. Can I look at the passport? No? Oh, you don't want me to look at the passport? I want to see the passport. The victim's name is Akby Hicks. I don't know why, but that name is funny to me. Akby Hicks. I'm easily amused. And then we have Rhoda Teneiro, who is our flight attendant, who's very professional. Very professional. And this dude, Zink LeBlanc. Supposedly an art dealer. So, that's what we met so far. I don't think we... Oh, I actually talked to them. What? Oh. I didn't mean to talk to the passenger. I was... Oh, what's this? Oh my god, I'm getting so distracted. Hang on. Tier list idea, all the games you played in the past year. Maybe. That might be a good one. That'd be a good way to reminiscent of the last 12 months. Maybe. I might steal that. I haven't decided yet. What is this? The movie poster for License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. I want to see this movie. It's a Go-Yo Airlines sponsored movie. The suspense, hard-boiled action. Oh no, I'm supposed to be doing a voice for her, but I forgot. I'll start later. Action, romantic, horror, comedy flick. Is that genre listing for this thing? Yes, it's a movie that can be enjoyed by anyone because it encompasses all those genres. Can't even imagine beginning what the plot would be. You have to admit, it has piqued your curiosity. The main strategy with this genre listing was to make people curious. Consider the mission a successful one. Now, this is the guy. He's got a vase. Mr. LeBlanc seems to be protecting the Garangatuan vase on the chair rather closely.
It's a marvelous vase, though, isn't it? Yes, I dare say so as a professional attendant.
I don't think there's any real connection between a piece of art and being an attendant.
But I'm not just any old attendant. I'm a professional flight attendant.
As though there was such a thing as an amateur flight attendant. I feel like you might eat your words. I don't think these food have anything. What else do I have? And I'm very curious. I have a bunch of evidence. What is this? Sky Magazine. Flight itinerary, drinks, meals, drinks, and then movies. At 6 o'clock. All times showing correspond to our departure time zone. Okay. I don't know if they'll come in handy later, but I read my evidence. Who's this? Excuse me, but may I have a word with you? I think they're asleep. Sounds like...
If you need something, please ask Miss Rhoda over there, okay?
What the? Hey, wake up! No, she fell asleep.
I'm terribly sorry that she's being so rude, Mr. Edgeworth.
No need for you to apologize. I just find it hard to believe she's asleep on the job. If I were her boss, I'd see to it that her salary was cut so low that it was in the red. Alright, let's go down to the crime scene. Are we gonna go to the crime scene?
In order to preserve the crime scene, I'm afraid the elevator is not in service. To get to the first floor lounge, we should take the stairs.
Where's the stairs? They're serving crab on display? And a whole ass melon, alright. What kind of first class is this? Oh, look at my tea. And my chat set. I'm so cool. March 12th, 7:26 a.m. Flight G390, first floor lounge. Oh, we're back. I want to thank you for your help back there, Miss Tenenito.
There was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you. Your standing with me hasn't changed one iota.
Iota? Okay. I say I will bear that in mind.
I received an order from the captain earlier. He wanted you to know that we reserve the right to stop your investigation if we feel you're not making progress. And when we do, he asks that you please return to your seat at that time.
So my time runs out at his and his crew's discretion. I have to find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony before time is up. I understand. By the way, is there any place you can think of where the killer might hide on board?
I don't think so. After every first-class passenger is accounted for at his or her seat, we made a thorough search of the plane. As for business and economy class, no one can move between those two classes and first class without a staff key card. And we found no record of a key card being used at all.
Which means that I have a first-class killer on my hands. Oh, what a pun, Edgeworth. You're so punny. At least I know that much for sure. And one other thing, no one else is being allowed near this crime scene since the murder was discovered either. Alright, we're gonna begin our investigation. It is time for some point and click. Now then, let's get started.
But where should we start from?
Let's start with Mr. LeBlanc's statements. Crime occurred between 6 a.m. and 6:15 a.m. During that interval, the only person in the lounge was myself, which would make me the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, it means that the killer was around somewhere. Okay? We have a puzzle piece. We are to believe what you say is true. Oh, I keep forgetting to do her voice.
If we are to believe what you say is true, then yes.
The first order of business will be to gather information to win your trust. Alright, here we go. It's over here.
The in-flight shop is just beyond those shutters. We don't have permission to open them, so I'm afraid I must leave them closed.
There must still be clues to be found in this lounge. I must remain ever vigilant. Alright. It's over here. Glasses and candles thrown into disarray by the turbulence. It's been a while since I've seen... Oh my god, I keep forgetting to do her voice. Maybe I should just stop. But it's weird, because it's like I'm talking to myself.
It's been a while since I've seen this big of a mess. It's terribly embarrassing, but I thought it was an earthquake for a second. And I frantically started searching for gas valves to shut off.
Yes, the shaking of the plane was bad enough to be mistaken for a real earthquake. Not that I would know, since I was unconscious for most of it. Okay. So there's a bit of a mess. There's a bit of a mess. Wait, what am I looking at? Am I talking to her? Oh, this toppled over chair, yet another victim of the turbulence.
Look at all the grapes just staining the back. You may not look it, but this chair was extremely valuable.
It was?
Yes, it was used when the Rocker Pals came to tour this plane. The Rocker Pals leader sat in this very chair.
I'm sorry, but what are these Rocker Pals?
Can't believe you never heard of them. They're all the rage. The Rocker Pals are an extremely popular international band. They added the Pals part as they became more popular, especially among teens.
That explains it. I'm not really one for the music of today. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe about them later. Gumshoe isn't even here! Second thought, I can already see how confusing the conversation would get. Oh yeah, because he ends his sentences with pal. Oh, there's a piano here. How very fancy.
This grand piano is the pride of this plane. It can play the music of whatever CD we insert into its CD drive.
So it's not a piano? It's not a piano. It's like an overgrown music box.
Ah, but it's keys to press along the music, as though there really is someone playing it.
Oh, I see. Some people have entirely too much money to waste on overly complex toys. This would be good in a haunted house. This would be good in a haunted house. Alright. What's this?
The store leads to the flight attendant's room. But please understand that it's off-limits to unauthorized personnel.
The room is giving up the scent of woman's perfume. One would think that perfume would smell great, however to me it simply smells. Not that I have any interest in what lies behind this door.
Perhaps we should return to the investigation.
What is it? Sorry, I spaced out for a second. Alright. I don't know what that means. What is all this stuff? These bottles and glasses must have been broken by the turbulence. There's quite a bit of broken glass here. Please be careful when passing through the area.
Thank you very much for the warning, Mr. Ezra. However, no matter how kind you are towards me, know that it does not clear up any suspicions I have about you.
I wasn't warning you for the sake of clearing my name. I'm a good guy, okay? I'm just a good guy. I'm a gentleman. How rude. These counter windows offer a glimpse of the sky, but these clouds, they tell me nothing. What do you suppose I said to them?
Oh no, but it looks like a rather one-sided conversation.
The clouds, they tell me nothing. It's okay. There are a few copies of Sky Magazine in the magazine rack.
This month's special is an English trivia quiz.
That's not a bad idea. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this. Professional voice actor, I am not. I'm not even really good at it, period. I've heard that the youth of today don't know a particle from a what? A participle? What's a participle? Edgeword! That's a word? Participle? That's a word? Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Now, please don't go around confusing people with made-up words, Mr. Edgeworth. Who's ever heard of such a silly word as participle?
So I'm saying! Wait, is participle really a word? Genuinely curious now. Google it at a later time. What or who is this?
This is a bronze statue of the founder of Go Your Airlines, Mr. Ugo Hughes.
Oh, is it Ugo or Hugo? Probably Hugo, huh? Hugo Hughes.
The one on the left is of when he was in his 40s, and the one is of him, and the other is of him in his 80s.
the man age at all over those 4 decades? Maybe I need to squint more. Okay. Take a look at all of this. There's some spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. Assume it was spilled during the turbulence.
Oh, we must clean that up or someone might get hurt.
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I found some very important evidence. What is the important piece of evidence in this scene? The footprints leading away from the scene of the crime? I'm just guessing, just guessing.
Take that!
Just you know, throwing that out there.
What is it?
They're a little smudged, but I think we can both agree they are a set of footprints. We got more puzzles.
So you think...
Yes, these belong to our killer.
Oh, then maybe you should check the shoe size of everyone in first class.
I don't think that will be of any help to us. Unfortunately, the prints are too smudged, which will make it harder to get a definitive match.
Oh, I see.
Alright, got some evidence at last. Alright, I think we've investigated everything, but let's do a thorough... Oh wait, we have to look at the dead body. Let's do that. What floors does this elevator service?
Only the first and second, although it can also go down to the cargo hold.
Cargo hold?
However, that requires a flight crew keycard.
So the only floors accessible to passengers are first and second class. Well, first and second floor of the first class lounge. Okay. Important information I shall keep in mind. Alright, now let's look at the crime scene itself. Let's look at the blunt force trauma wound on the back of his neck. I doubt anyone was expecting to find a dead body in an elevator on this flight.
So, Mr. Hicks, he's really dead?
Yes. He's trembling, although I can't fault her for that when there's a corpse right there. If you really did that, please answer yes. What? So really trembling, although new symptoms seems to have appeared. Anyway, I should focus on the victim's body. Let's see. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hicks' head. This be the cause of death. He appears to have been struck very hard. Okay. Even his glasses are broken. Okay, so we found that. Oh, what's this? There's a lanyard around his neck. I wonder what was hanging off his lanyard. Something's missing from this picture. Now if I could just put my finger on it. Ooh, what's this in his pocket? What's this in his pocket? But if you won't mind if I take a look at what's inside. It's a picture. It looks like it was taken inside a building somewhere. I think it's a museum. Very giant statue. Oh, it's his cell phone. He wears his cell phone around his head? His neck? But Mr. Hicks' data jotted down in my organizer. Okay. Might be some deduction later, but first we're gonna examine the crime scene, get all we can out of it. Money is strewn all over the floor off the elevator. I would guess it was all in Mr. Hicks' wallet at some point. Okay. Alright, so there's some cards. Ooh, what's this? There's no grape juice residue on the soles of his shoes. That means he never stepped out of the elevator. Making it highly unlikely that Mr. Hicks entered the elevator after the turbulence. True. Okay. Anything else? Take a look at the statue. What is the sinister looking figure on the floor here? Oh, it's so cute! Oh my god, it's so cute!
Oh, that's a piggy bank of our company mascot, Captain Yugo. It's just one of the many pieces of merchandise we sell at our in-flight shop.
It's so cute! I think it's a raccoon. Or maybe it's a tanuki, I'm not sure.
This bank is a limited edition and is so popular that we're down to our last one.
We have an in-flight shop?
Yes, it's just beyond the lounge to the right. The shutter to this door is closed at the moment, but it was open the whole flight up until Mr. Higgs' body was discovered.
Is blood on here? Could this have been the murder weapon? Question mark. Okay. Alright, so make sure that we've examined everything. And let's talk about his cell phone that's missing. Okay. About to do some deduction. Yes. It is connected. Hold up. Eureka! Mr. Hicks' machine is nowhere to be found.
His machine?
His cell phone, Miss Tenaito.
Ah, so I guess because it's not here.
Yes, I think we can safely deduce that the killer took it. The victim supposedly had a cell phone but has gone missing. Did the killer take it? Okay, there's that. Let's put some puzzle pieces together. Okay, let's try and combine Captain Yugo with blunt force trauma and see what happens. It may or may not work. A statue with blood on it lying next to the body of a man who was beaten to death.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I think I figured something out.
Yes, what is it?
The way the blood is on this, it looks like it matches up with the wound on his head.
Well, aren't we deserving of the Master of the Obvious title? Wow, Edgeworth, we literally just figured this out also. Don't be so mean.
Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you think that's worth investigating?
It would appear that this figurine is our murder weapon.
Oh, I just knew it. I mean, I can't think of any other connection.
Perhaps Master of the Oblivious would be more befitting. You're so punny. You're so punny, Edgeworth. Captain Yugo Piggy Bank data jotted down in my organizer. Okay, what else? Let's try and connect the footprints and where the killer is. Oh no, that didn't work. Oh no, I lost HP! Sad. Okay, well. Maybe there's nothing else to look at here. Alright. But I'm sure there's some other connections that I'm not seeing. Spilled grape juice. Elevator. Oh! Wait. I think... Pity that a bronze statue knows not when good drink has been spilled at its feet.
It's the statue of our founder, Mr. Hugo Hughes, who was a big fan of grape juice. I'm sure he would be thrilled if he knew so much grape juice was here at his feet.
Is that a hint of hero worshipping I detect? Okay. Okay, making sure we actually investigated everything. Okay. Alright, and the fancy piano CD player doesn't bring us anything. Okay. Actually, should I talk to her? Let's see what happens if I talk to her.
Do you need assistance?
Oh, let's talk to her. We haven't talked to her. Captain's permission. I'd like to ask you about investigating the lounge.
As long as you have the captain's permission, I can't stop you from looking around.
Tell him I'm grateful for his spirit of cooperation.
I will, however, please realize that you're still under suspicion. To be honest, I still have my doubts about you.
Of course, I take no offense.
To Do you really understand what I'm saying?
Yes, verily, verily. Verily.
Do you pinky swear you do on your honor as a professional prosecutor?
I pinky swear I do on my honor as a professional prosecutor? Huh?
Well, I guess that settles that.
I feel my honor as a man slowly diminishing. Oh, now I have a bot! A bot. Ben. Bot, I'm busy. Let's see if she noticed anything.
I was wondering whose footprints those are next to the elevator.
I say the killers, wouldn't you say? Even if they aren't, I'm sure they're a vital clue to solving this case.
Oh, maybe there are other clues waiting to be found in other places. Come on now, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go find them together.
A word of advice, nobody likes a credit thief, so stop stealing my lines. It's okay, Edgeworth. Let's talk about the victim. I was wondering if you noticed anything.
I can't help but notice the sad atmosphere in here.
Oh, okay. It's a rather tragic crime.
I'll say robbing the poor man after bludgeoning him to death. Talk about rubbing in the salt. Can't forgive someone who would do this to a passenger of mine. I swear as a professional flight attendant that I will capture the culprit with my own hands.
I promise as a prosecutor to solve this case with logic and deduction. To solving this lies at the intersection of my logic and the evidence. Alright, let's show her some stuff. Show her some stuff. Let's start with the piggy bank. Okay, she doesn't know much about that. Okay. Show her the cell phone. She doesn't have any comments about that. Let's show her the photo of Mr. Hicks. See if she has anything to say about that. Nope, she doesn't. Okay, let's show her the magazine. She has nothing to say about that. I don't think she's gonna have anything to say about anything, but we're gonna do this anyway. Because I love wasting my time. Okay. There's not much else we can get from her, so we probably have to put some clues together now. So we know where the killer was in the spilled grape juice. Oh, I wonder if the elevator... I think this was broken. Where was the killer? Well, he would have to walk out of the elevator to trudge grape juice through the carpet. So let's put that and elevator together and see what happens. Ah, I did it! Sure, there wasn't anyone else in the lounge other than myself right before the turbulence. But if the killer was in the elevator along with the victim, then that's a different story. Okay, so let's put that together with the spilled grape juice. Ta-da! I have it.
I'm sorry, but I don't understand, Mr. Edgeworth.
I can prove that someone other than myself was here around the time of the murder.
What? Really?
Yes, it's rather simple, actually. The proof is in the pudding, or rather the grape juice in this case. These footsteps here confess to me this very fact, that someone exited the elevator alive. Seeing as how the victim is dead, that would mean a second person.
But couldn't the footprints be from Mr. Hicks himself?
But if you take a look at our victim's shoes, you can see the soles are spotless.
Which means...
Mr. Hicks wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There was actually one other person inside the elevator. Grape juice footprints data jotted down in my organizer. Alright, we completed the investigation! And we recovered our HP! Thank God! What's going on over there? Ah! It's LeBlanc. Oh!
Unforgivable. This is unforgivable. Do you understand what I'm saying? The movie is late. It is the same level of bad as if the plane arrived late.
But the movie...
I will not talk to you anymore. You're just wasting my time.
What is the matter, Mr. LeBlanc? There's no emergency. Please return to your seat, sir.
Do not tell me what to do. I need not to sit down. Now, Mr. Pazakita, did you prove you are innocent yet?
If you would like, I will prove my innocence to you right now.
What? Nonsense. Are you saying my eyewitness testimony is mistaken?
Not mistaken, merely that there's room for doubt. Oh, damn, Edgeworth. I'd be most honored if you could please tell me what you saw in detail once more.
Fine, suit yourself.
I'm getting tired of making voices. But I can't stop now, so we're just stuck. What I saw.
I am certain I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator. It was when the needles on my pocket watch pointed to the 6 and the 12. The body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes? Then you, the only person around at the time, must be the criminal.
Okay. Mr. LeBlanc's conclusion seems to make a logical sense. After all, the only person in the lounge at the supposed time of the murder was me.
So, my eyewitness testimony. If you think you can destroy it, then come, let me see. Hurry, do I look like a man who is having the time to wait for you?
Why is he so irritated? I'm the one accused of murder here. Anyway, I must find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's account somehow and fast. And here we go. We gotta do some pressing first. That's how we start. I'm certain I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator.
Hold it!
Hold it! Mr. LeBlanc, were you able to get a good look at the inside of the elevator at that time?
Of course, I saw what was inside.
And you are sure that the victim was in the elevator alone?
Yes, the only person said that was that Mr. Hicks man.
This last outburst a bit too important to let go.
The only person inside was that Mr. Hicks man.
Hold it!
Was he really alone?
Of course, I would bet even 1 cent. Just 1 cent? That's nothing.
A cheap ante for a cheap testimony, but if that's how you want to play it, I'll happily take your 1 cent. Now let's press about the pocket watch. I assume the pocket watch in this case, the one you keep checking, is that correct?
Oh, you noticed! It is a very expensive antique, I will have you know. The feeling is wonderful and I fully wound it up by hand.
It does look very well designed and quite classy.
I will have to charge you if you want to touch it.
That's quite alright. Let's continue with your testimony.
What a cheap man you are, now return the time you wasted back to me.
What? That took 30 seconds, bro!
And if we must, I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator at 6 o'clock.
Okay, let's press this one a little bit more.
Hold it!
The body discovery. It's true that I found the victim's body at 6:15.
And that's when I found the 2 of them as well. You see? It all matches my testimony. And you, the only person in the lounge at the time, must be the criminal.
Press that.
Hold it!
That is the most mistaken way of thinking I've ever heard of.
No. Your silly opinion is what is mistaken.
Please calm down, the both of you. In a sense, you are both mistaken. If that isn't the pot calling the kettle black, then I don't know what is. Spy a little hole in his words. As you wish, Miss Wonka, and I'll show you proof of my innocence. Okay. So he couldn't have been alone. Couldn't have been alone. Okay. I'm gonna present the grape juice footprint.
Objection!
Oh, he's doing his condescending head shake. Mr. LeBlanc, that is it. There's a very glaring contradiction in your testimony. What do you mean? Please take a look at the area in front of the elevator. There, at the spilled grape juice. Yes, and you admit you also spilled it with the blood? No, it spilled itself during the turbulence. But the interesting thing here is the set of grape juice footprints. Footprints? Yes, the ones that lead from within the elevator out into the lounge itself. It's evidence that proves that someone other than Mr. Hicks exited the elevator alive. I sound like a horse. There must have been another person in the elevator with Mr. Hicks. Now then, I'm done playing games. Why don't you tell us the truth?
Can you please translate for us?
No way. That's totally impossible, I guess, is what he said. No way! That is totally impossible! And no, there was no other person in there. I saw with my own eyes.
You want to know what I think, Mr. Edgeworth? I don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying to us.
I suppose she's right. He doesn't seem to be lying. But then what does it mean? What about this contradiction? Mr. LeBlanc, please just once more will you recall the details of what you witnessed for me? Alright, here we go. You're kidding. I sound like a horse. Wow, a very bad impression of a horse. What I saw, part 2. I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat. I was always checking the time over and over again. I happened to follow the man with my eyes when he passed me. And I saw clearly into the elevator he was entering. But I swear there was no one inside, no one else inside, no one!
Mr. LeBlanc, if you would please calm down.
What? There you too have an issue with my eyewitness testimony?
No, not at all. Please forget I said anything.
Yet again, he doesn't appear to be lying, but I can't let this testimony stand as the truth. Alright, do some more pressing! Alright, he's very upset Mr. Hicks passed by his seat. So are you still upset now? I'm always upset. The only time I'm not upset is when I have a piece of art in my hands. Surprisingly easy to believe that about him. But I was even more upset when Mr. Hicks walked by me. Alright, so he's always checking the time. Just press that one. Why are you so attentive to the time? Because something unforgivable was happening. Come to think of, you were yelling about something unforgivable earlier. I was giving a complaint to the attendant about the movie starting time. They turned back to me my time and money. You understand the point. Movie? Is he talking about the in-flight one that's mentioned in the magazine? A summary of the plot and its start time. Interesting. Okay, so the movie starts at 6. They were supposed to sell License to Love, Love, Maim, and Murder. I cannot see the movie in my country. You can only see it on international flights. I looked forward greatly to that movie. I checked my pocket watch whenever possible so I would not miss it. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board. Oh, well, that's why you missed the movie. So my watch is not wrong. It matches the schedule. But the movie was still late. Very, very late.
Hold it!
Your pocket watch, I'd like to ask you a little more about it if that's alright. The movie I wanted to see, but that's that, so I checked my pocket watch many times. Press.
Hold it!
The movie you mentioned is it the one listed in the Sky magazine? Yes! I was so looking forward to watching License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. Miss Tornado, was the movie shown on this flight?
Yes, it was shown at the scheduled time.
Isn't it possible you simply slept through it by accident? Nonsense! You doubt me? No, now stop pointing at me like that. Odd, how did he miss the movie that he was clearly hoping to see? I checked my pocket watch a great number of times. That much I know for sure. My watch is set to my destination's time. I always set it when I bought the plane. Alright. I should presume, but I'm gonna press more. Because I can.
Hold it!
You sure about what you just testified, Mr. LeBlanc? Yes, of course! I'm a very busy man. I am admittedly busy. When I land. I have many places to go and no time to waste. Just in my pocket watch. I see, that was a very valuable statement you just made. Flatter me all you want, but you will not get one cent out of me. That's alright. All I require is this piece of testimony. Okay. Let's talk about this either when he followed his... Since you only happened to see him, it's possible you missed something in that glance? Even if that only happened, I did not miss a thing. How can you be so sure? Just because! I appreciate if you didn't take my life so lightly with a simple just because. Well, then I was only making a joke. I saw Mr. Hicks, alright? Alright, let's talk about the elevator being empty. It's possible that someone was hiding inside. What? You dare insult me? I have belief in my eyesight. When I look for art to sell, I'm told often I have great sight for the arts. I think the phrase you were looking for is great sense, although that's debatable. But isn't it possible someone was just outside of your line of sight? You are persistent! I tell you, I looked clearly! But I swear there was no one else inside and no one! Press the buttons. But he insists that you're absolutely not mistaken. Because when I say I'm not wrong, I am not wrong!
Mr. LeBlanc, if I may, I think beyond misconceptions and mistakes lies the truth.
Funny, that suspiciously mirrors something I told her only a little while ago. Okay, so I'm ready. I think he is mistaken about something as well. Alright. Let's take a look. Start of 7 past by see the movie I want to see when all starts. I check my pocket watch many times. Okay, so we're gonna present the magazine, I think. Because if I'm not mistaken, all time shown corresponds to our departure time zone, which is why he missed the movie. Alright, here we go! Present! Ah, the condescending finger wag. Mr. LeBlanc, you said that just now. You said this just now in your testimony. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came aboard. Now, if your watch has been set to our destination's time zone, it would mean that your watch is displaying the time of our destination. Yes, and the correct time is worth its 16th. I would like you to take a look at this. If you believe the Sky magazine, clocks on this flight run in accordance with the time of our departure time zone. Of course, the movie schedule was also created with that in mind. Miss Tornado, for confirmation's sake, what time zone is this flight aligned to right now?
Well, we made a short stop at a transfer point.
That's right, it was in that small Asian country, the Republic of Zhangfa.
But we didn't readjust our onboard clocks at that time. So right now we're still running on Virginian time.
What? The time difference between Virginia and our destination is 9 hours. In that case, it's only natural that your watch will be out of sync with the schedule. What? Further, with your analog watch set to our destination's time, it would appear to be running 3 hours fast when compared to the flight's onboard clocks. It also changes everything about your testimony. And you can bet 1,000,000 cents on that. He's so funny. In light of this information, it means you saw Mr. Hicks 3 hours prior at 3 a.m. My family is should clear up all of the remaining accusations.
So this basically widens the time frame for the time of death, right?
Yes, because Mr. LeBlanc saw the victim enter the elevator at 3 a.m. It means that the time of death could be anywhere from 3 to 6:15. The question now is, where was Mr. Hicks during the span of time and what was he doing? I've got something to say. And you are? Yeah, oh. I'm Cammy Meal. I'm a flight attendant. Oh, like chamomile? Is that why she's sleepy? That's so funny. Lena, I'm glad you're having a good time with my horrible voice acting. And what is it you wish to say? Well, I think your story is a little different from how I remember it.
What do you mean, Cammy?
I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 a.m., you know. What? How can you be so sure of the time?
Oh, that's right. He pushed his call button while we were parked at the transfer point.
At the stop we made for refueling and cargo transfer in Zhangfa. A message from Captain Yugo. This flight will be making a brief stop to refuel and transfer cargo in the Republic of Zhangfa between 4 and 5 a.m. We ask that all passengers remain on board at the time. Thank you for your cooperation.
Yes, it was from 4 to 5 a.m. according to our clocks.
And during the time, did any of the passengers leave or did any new ones board this flight?
No. Not a single person got off or on in Zhangfa.
What about the flight crew?
A few who were handling the cargo transfer might have temporarily gotten on or off. But eventually, everyone, including Cammy and myself, came back on the plane.
So basically, I can assume that no one left or got on since our initial takeoff. Hello, Divine Flame! Welcome in! Thank you for the raid! We are trying to solve a crime on a plane, and it's experience. I'm supplementing it with some very comically bad voice acting. Hope you had a good stream. Hello, hello. As Ace Attorney, it's going great. We're making progress. We're making progress. Hope you had fun streaming today. Interesting. I should keep that in mind. All right, so we got some more information. We got the refueling in Zhangfa in our organizer. Yeah, and I answered his call. I can tell you Mr. Atby Hicks was there in his seat when we took off again at 5 a.m. Miss Meal's testimony jotted down in my organizer. I can't get over how clever her name is. Chamomile. Alright, then that puts the time of the murder between 5 and 6:15 a.m.
Okay, now what time did you come down to the lounge, Mr. Edgeworth?
I remember coming down here almost as soon as we left the Republic of Zhangfa. Oh, Edgeworth, good job. You were here the whole time for 5 years? Then you was the only one who could beat the killer.
Mr. Edgeworth, are you really here in this lounge the entire time from 5 a.m. onwards?
Unfortunately, yes. But
then how do we explain the footprints?
Is not that obvious? This man waited for Mr. Hicks here in this lounge, waited to kill him. And then he put the corpse into the elevator. That is where the turbulence happened. My eyewitness testimony may have been mistaken. Though what time I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator on the second floor does not matter. Because the entire incident concluded here in this lounge. Thing happened in this lounge? Did it really, though? Didn't it happen in the elevator? Is that what you really believe, Mr. Long? No, it couldn't even have happened in the elevator because there's no blood in the elevator. Does you have another idea? He's very sweaty. I think you should go see the doctors. Mr. LeBlanc, I think you may have some conditions that you need to take care of. I simply feel that there is something out of place in the scenario you presented. There's something that can tie this crime to a location other than this lounge. Okay. Could be the piggy bank or could be the cell phone. I'm gonna go with the piggy bank. But I'm not sure. Okay, let's see what we've got. Okay, I don't think it's the body. Maybe it's the body? I don't think it's this, because it was taken at a museum. Living in turbulence looks like footprints of something being dragged. I don't think that's it either. Okay, we're gonna go with the piggy bank. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Is the murder weapon. This little piggy bank is sold at the in-flight shop. It is sold there and only there and is not displayed here in this lounge. How then did it find its way here? Don't you find that a tiny bit suspicious? Such a trivial point. It only means you prepared it, taking it for the shop first before coming here. It doesn't prove you're innocent at all. Is there no way to win with this man?
If I may.
What is it?
You see? Well, it's just as Mr. Edgeworth says.
Oh, and why do you know this so well?
Well, it's just that piggy bank was there in the shop. I saw it with my own eyes.
And when was this?
It was maybe around 5:40 a.m.
Isn't it just before we hit that patch of turbulence?
That's right.
You were in the shop just before the turbulence?
Yes, I was.
Come to think of it. Miss Tenaito, when I found the body, I believe you came out of that door.
Yes, I did.
And what is beyond that door?
That's the flight attendant's room.
Is that you were on the first floor?
Yes. I had to do something in the shop and in the flight attendant's room. So I went to the shop first and then to the flight attendant's room.
Are you saying you passed by me at some point?
Yes, you seemed really into the issue of Sky magazine you were reading at the time. I don't suppose you noticed me walking by.
I vaguely recall someone walking by, but I didn't take notice of who it was.
Anyway, the piggy bank was definitely there at the shop when I went there.
Why did you go into the shop in the first place?
I went there for a work-related matter.
Work, you say?
Yes, the upkeep of the shop is also one of my responsibilities.
Why did you not say anything about that until now is what I want to know? In any case, I believe it's clear that the shop needs to be investigated as well.
Shall we head over there then?
Hold it. What is it now? Aren't you forgetting something, Miss Rhoda? And don't you need the captain's permission to check the shop?
No, I haven't forgotten. But I've already asked him for permission to search the entire plane. So I think we're all right.
Huh? That's weird. What is it? Well, I just talked to the captain, see? And he said that he didn't give you permission to do anything like that at all. Uh-oh, Rhoda, did you lie? What is the meaning of this, Miss Tenaito? It means she's lying. Go on, admit that you are. You said you have permission to search all over, but you don't, and yet here you are. You, flight attendant, what are you trying to do? Put the sheep over us? The captain's calling for you, Miss Rhoda. Oh, but don't worry. I already got permission to search the shop from the captain. See, unlike you, I do things the right way. Miss Tenaito, why would you do such a thing?
Please excuse me.
Looks like you get to be in charge now. Please go back to your seat, Mr. LeBlanc. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth. If you would follow me, I will be your guide from now on. There's something about Miss Tenayuno that has piqued my curiosity, but right now investigating the in-flight shop is my top priority. Oh, I just realized her outfit's really sexy. It's completely open in the front. Damn, girl! Damn, girl! Alright. No judge. Not judging. Alright, here we go. March 12th, 8:32 a.m. Flight G390, first floor, in-flight shop. So this is the in-flight shop. It's quite a mess in here. You think? Guess I'll have to clean things up then. Tee-hee. Hold on, you can't clean up a potential crime scene. Oh, thank goodness. I hate cleaning so much. I mustn't rush things here. I must remain calm, cool, and collected. Because this piggy bank was left at the crime scene. Alright, there's a very good chance that the killer had paid this place a visit. Begin investigation. Alright, here we go. Let's talk to her, see what she's got. I don't know much about the shop. You can still ask me about whatever. Okay, I don't think it's time to ask her. We don't actually have any evidence yet, so... What are these? Oh, those are our company's completely original line of suitcases. They're practically flying out the door. That's how popular they are. You should buy one and see how you like it. You won't regret it. That is how things work on this flight, but in the real world, you try then buy. No way! But either way, it doesn't really matter. True, either way, why would anyone buy a suitcase after they boarded the plane? Facts! Facts. Anyway, see that? Just look at all the Captain Yugo has painted on their cute company mascot, isn't he? And painted on with a lot of care. Doesn't he look like he's about to jump out at you? You're certainly making something jump inside my stomach! Huh? Oh, I guess there's no fooling your refined taste. Huh? You look like you really wanted to get one. And I thought I was gonna finally make my first sale, but you saw right through it. I'm glad that's done though. Never make me try to give you a sales pitch ever again, okay? But I never showed any interest in it to begin with. Tee-hee. It really is pretty horrible, isn't it? You wanna know something? This suitcase was designed by Miss Rhoda. Miss Tenayuno designed these? Yeah, it was a company-wide contest. Well, it does have a very sharp design set. That's one way to look at it. Sharp, like stinky sharp cheddar, maybe. I really have no idea why the bigwigs decided to go with it. It's so... blah. Miss Tenayuno designed this dish. She's definitely not what I would have expected. Oh! Oh, that scared me. Hello, what's up? What's up? We're solving crimes 300,000 feet in the air. I hope your day's going better than Edward's. Are you okay? I'm fine. Please watch yourself, Miss Mill. Letting a suitcase really roll around has got to be a safety violation. Alright, play shaking causes it to roll and flight suitcase displays can be hazardous. Okay, so one of them has like a stopper on it, but this one doesn't. Here, I'll put it back. I think I'm supposed to be sleepier with her voice, but like I can't do a sleepy voice. And also I've already started the Valley Girl thing and now I can't stop. There's a wide selection of souvenirs for sale in these display cases. You know what I suggest? Sorry, but I have no intention of buying souvenirs on this trip. Okay, then how about you buy something for me then, as a present? Can't think of a single reason why I want to buy you anything. But I've had my eyes on that pendant for such a long time. Try paying some attention to me when I ask you something and then we'll talk. Alright. I guess she's used to people buying her present. with how she dresses. The glass from this display case door is shattered over the floor. And it looks like there's nothing on display inside either. Actually, I think there is something. What's this? A mini captain's hat. Okay, so the hat from the piggy bank is in there, so it must have come from there. Okay, interesting information. Take a note of that. Stuffed toys, just like the one Miss Meals holding are on display here. It's really cute. I want one. Where do I get one? They're relatively cheap, which explains why they display so hazardly. How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? You know you want one too. They're great for when you're stressed. Wait, what? What are you doing to them? What are you doing to them, Cammy? Yeah, why do I envision stuffed animal abuse when she says that? Okay. What else is here? There are all kinds of luxury name brand merchandise for sale in this display case. And they're lined up in just such a manner as to scream "buy me" to any passerby. Inside this display case is a row of lifesavers and life vests for sale. We sell a lot of those when there's some kind of accident or something, but some people buy them even when nothing's going on. How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? Care to buy one? I sense that the shop is one shopper away from being sued. I think we've looked at everything. Oh wait, we didn't look at these beautiful flowers in the beautiful arrangement. I feel clean just by looking at them. Well, you're kind of stepping on a few of them, you know, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, excuse me. Okay. I think we've collected all the evidence that we can. And let's have a conversation with Miss Cammy Meal. Okay, let's ask her if she noticed anything. I don't think she would though. So what do you think about what has happened regarding this case? Oh, I don't know. I guess you think you're the killer though, Mr. Edgeworth. I can assure you that I'm here in this shop to prove just the opposite. Yeah, but it was me that got you the permission to look around. You know? So don't forget that, okay? She's falling asleep. How am I supposed to thank you properly if you're still falling asleep? Well, you know what? Really show your thanks. You see that item for sale over there? Sorry, but you're gonna have to make do with my words of appreciation. All right, let's show her some stuff. She probably won't have an answer for much of this. Oh, she's a gold digger. All right, girl, go get that bag. All right, let's just show her everything, see if she has anything to say. It's just how I play this game. You know, cover all my bases. Most likely, she won't have much to say. And we do that anyway, just in case we don't want to miss anything. Miss Rhoda said that this piggy bank was in the shop, right? And don't you find her a tiny bit suspicious? I don't think I can say either way yet. There's not enough evidence to convince me that she was lying about anything back there. Are you sure about that? Alright, so she's saying Rhoda's hiding something from us. She's giving me Talia vibes. Dahlia vibes. Wait, so what's her name? Dahlia? I can't remember. Like I said earlier, I was the one answering people's calls while we were refueling in Zenfall. And Mr. Higgs was in his seat, like, at that time. What time was that again? He called it around 5 a.m. You were at your seat around then too, you know. As you recall people calling for service at around that time. Even if this turns out to be a waste of time, I must stand firm. I just know that there's a vital clue or two awaiting me here in this shop. Alright, let's talk to her a little bit about her testimony. No, she doesn't have anything to add. Okay. So. I think we've gotten everything we can, evidence-wise, testimony-wise. Let's do some logic. Let's do some deduction now. So let's put the little captain's hat and the You Go piggy bank together. And we're gonna connect them because I'm so good at this game. Oh, hell yeah. The hat probably used to be on the piggy bank's head. Let's give it a go and see. Oh, it's so cute! I believe this piggy bank was forcibly removed from this display case. Does this mean that the killer broke the glass to get at it? Captain Hugo piggy bank data updated in my organizer. Really? Don't tell me you don't know what things go where in this shop. Well, I don't. Miss Rhoda's in charge of this place. So come on. How should I know anything? I sense that further inspection of this display case is needed. All right. Take a look at the display case. That's a cue. That's a cue. Hello, Ignacio. What's up? I don't speak Spanish, but I think you're saying something about hello from Argentina is my best guess. Welcome in. Welcome in. We're about to investigate a display case in further detail. Alright, so let's take a look. Let's take a look. GoYou Airlines related books line the shelf. The history of GoYou Airlines, the future of GoYou Airlines. The 7 wonders of GoYou. Fight on, GoYou Airlines. Working name, You Go Airlines. You Go You. Titles make it very clear that they won't be making the top seller list anytime soon. Please. Okay. What's this? Is the same man as the one portrayed by the statue around the elevator? Yeah, that's a paperweight of the founder of GoYou Airlines, Mr. Hugo Hughes. On the bottom shelf, we have the cute one. The middle shelf is the realistic one. And on the top shelf, that's the Flora version. Flora, are you sure about that? Well, let me guess, you just said the first thing that came to your mind, right? Looks like I hit the bull's eye. Alright. Okay. Got some jewels here. The glass on this door is broken. Perhaps it was the killer who broke it in order to take the piggy bank? It's a bit odd that the inside of the case is so devoid of glass shards. Plus, the glass broke rather cleanly. What is it? I touched the glass and it cut my finger. It hurts, Mr. Edgeworth. It hurts. Please tell me you can deal with such a minor cut on your own. Alright, so we looked at that. Okay, let's make sure we haven't missed anything before we deduce. Oh, take a look at this. For security, there's a lock on this display case. Miss Meal, if I may ask you about this lock. The one who's in charge of the shop is Miss Rhoda, so she's got the keys to all of the display cases. I see. Oh, I bet you want to buy something. Do you want me to go get the key from her? No, that's alright. Okay, I think that's everything. Okay. Who's shaking causes it to roll? What if the piggy bank fell out? What if the piggy bank fell out of the display case? Okay, so on the note, he says the culprit must have shattered the display glass to get it, but it's the opposite because there's no glass shards on the inside. So let's try and...
Eureka!
Aha! There's definitely something very unusual about this. About what? If the killer had broken the glass to get at the Captain Hugo Bank, there should be shards of glass inside the case itself. Ooh, I see. Yeah, I guess it'd be like that. However, there's not a single piece of glass inside the display case. Nope. No, there isn't. Which means that the glass was broken from the inside out. The piggy bank must have fallen over from the turbulence and right through the glass. Yeah, that's for sure. There's so much glass all over the floor. I'm willing to bet that this hat was knocked off its head at that time too. That's nice. Which leads me to believe that the killer took the Captain Hugo Bank from here after the turbulence. Okay. Captain Hugo piggy bank data updated in my organizer. Take your power naps on your own time, Miss Mio, and listen when I'm talking. The murder occurred before the turbulence, which rules this piggy bank out as the murder weapon. So you mean the bank's not the real murder weapon? It's a fake? Yes, at this point that is a very real possibility. But then what if when the killer went to take Captain Hugo, they broke the glass by accident? The display case is locked? That's highly unlikely. Yeah, but there's one person who could have. Oh, and who would that be? Miss Rhoda, of course. I mean, she's the one in charge of display, so she has the keys to everything. Nicole, you got this, Edgeworth. Yeah, let's go. Hello, souls. What's up? Good evening. Good evening. We're trying to solve the crime, slowly but surely. With a side of my horrible voice acting that I'm doing, because if I just read everything all with the same voice, it sounds like I'm talking to myself the entire time. It's Rhoda Teneiro, huh? Alright. Let's talk to her. Well, I don't think there's anything to talk about. Oh, we need to talk to her about the shop. I'm doing great. Good. Good. A nice dinner chicken patty fries and mixed vegetables. Yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I had pasta. Alright, let's talk about the shop. Let's ask Cammy about the shop. I cut my finger on those bad pieces of glass. Don't blame the glass for something you did to yourself. Just be more careful. Same to you. You're the one walking all over broken glass. You sure you're okay? I'm fine. Any glass I walk on, I crush like this. Damn! That's nice. Please be careful around the display case, okay? Wouldn't want you to get hurt. Compared to the glass around my feet, the inside of the case is nothing to be afraid of. After all, no glass fragments appear to have ended up inside. And then I guess even you can tidy up the case, right? Perish the thought. Let's ask her about Sweet Man. Okay, so she's repeating that she thinks it's suspicious. Okay, I don't think there's anything new that we can share with her. Okay. So the suitcase and the turbulence is probably connected, since it was moving around. Okay, got a link. Yes, there's definitely something wrong here. What's with the sudden yelling? Tell me, Miss Mio, don't you think there's something strange about these suitcases? Oh, well, sure. They totally ooze strange, like the color and the such. That's not what I'm talking about. Now pay attention. You're scaring me, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. These suitcases are lined up a bit too prim and proper. Yeah, they look a little bit uptight, don't they? But I guess they take after their creator. Again, that's not what I meant, Miss Meal. Don't you find it unusual that these cases are the only thing undisturbed by the turbulence? Oh, he means the suitcases. Never mind, I'd sooner find an answer by inspecting these suitcases myself. Okay. Upon closer inspection, they really are quite hideous. Tee-hee. I wonder how Miss Rhoda would have reacted if she'd heard what you just said. What's wrong? She makes a good point. It would be wise of me to watch what I say out loud. Oh, Edgeworth! He's such a good guy. Nice, yeah. I want pizza now, though. What's this? I spotted something that's not quite right. The stopper. This one doesn't have a stopper. Think we're talking about the stopper? I'm not sure.
Take that!
There's something very peculiar about these wheels. Huh? As in, there are no stoppers in place on these. Now, stopper is the only thing that the turbulence would have sent it flying. And so it is very likely that the suitcase was placed here after we hit that turbulence. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we? Alright, let's examine. Oh! Is the mascot not... Is it like a lemur? Oh, never mind. It's not cute anymore. Those eyes scare me. This was apparently designed by Miss Tornado herself. The design has a certain je ne sais quoi about it. Yes, perhaps that is the best way to describe it, okay? Take a look at the price tag. A $1,200 price tag. Not exactly a price for someone with a conscience, I'd say. Okay, let's... It would appear to be unlocked. Let's take a look at what's inside. A piece of cloth. And it's soaked with blood. Ah! It's blood! It appears that this suitcase is very strongly tied to our murder after all. Investigation complete! Alright! So, explain this to me. What does the suitcase have to do with the murder? I believe it's pretty safe to say that the killer used the suitcase in some manner, such as to move something, perhaps. But aren't you just talking about the cloth then? That alone is too small. A larger item would be needed to move what I'm thinking of. The thing I believe the killer used the suitcase to transport is the body. There's blood in the corner. Alright.
Take that!
Oh, yeah. Something that would fit inside a suitcase that is also covered in blood. Sounds like a dead body, doesn't it? Go use suitcase data jotted down in my organizer. Bloody cloth data jotted down in my organizer. Found inside the suitcase is beautiful patterns being soiled by blood. But... In light of this, I say that Mr. Hicks was moving to the elevator from someplace else, which means that the murder was committed in an entirely different location. So you're saying that after moving the body into the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase in here and just left it? Exactly. What is it? Nothing, just that I was thinking about what Miss Rhoda said about coming here for something. Excuse me, Mr. Ashworth.
I wanted to give you a bit more time, but I'm afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. I'm very sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but the captain feels that he has allowed you ample time. He says that he'd appreciate it if you could wrap it up here and return to your seat.
I understand his sentiments, however, if I'm not allowed to complete my investigation, the crime scene may become contaminated by the time we land. If I must thought, then I insist I be allowed to oversee the preservation of the 2 sites. Under your supervision, of course.
If that's your only condition, then I believe we can accommodate your wishes. I'm here to assist you in any way that I can, Mr. Edgeworth.
Sounds like fun! We can camp out and watch over everything together. I found proof that the real crime scene was not in the lounge, and I have enough evidence to prove myself to be innocent of any wrongdoing. And yet, regarding what Miss Meal reminded me about Miss Teneiro, I can't allow my investigation to end here. The truth must come to light. To be continued! Save our progress. Yes. Okay. March 12th, 1 p.m. local time, Hope Springs Airport. I know that once we had landed, I'm supposed to let the local police take over. And thanks to Miss Teneiro and Miss Meal, I was able to preserve the crime scene. But I just can't shake it. I wasn't able to talk with Miss Teneiro in private. So I'm left wondering just what was she up to? Why did she do what she did? There must be a way for me to continue my investigation. I've been expecting you, Mouse Edgeworth, huh? It's Franziska! Franziska, I thought you were still in Germany. Oh no, I ran out of voices. I go where I'm needed. Wow, Franziska and Edgeworth are gonna have the same voice because I've run out of voices. And wherever there are criminals to be caught. Her name is Franziska von Karma, the daughter of my mentor, Manfred von Karma. She, like myself, is a prosecutor. I love Franziska. Are you heading up this case? It would be a bit of a relief if you are. Don't you try to flatter me, Mouse Edgeworth. I'm placing you under arrest. What? It's quite frustrating, actually. I'd hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue. But I'll have to take what I can get. I never thought I'd see the day when a disciple of the House of Von Karma would become a criminal. Have you no shame? It's all been a big misunderstanding. I didn't kill the victim. A misunderstanding. I heard all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself. You waited for the victim on the first floor and then beat him to death. Franziska, do you honestly believe that I killed a man? I suppose I should reserve judgment until after I have investigated this for myself. I can put your arrest on hold until then. That's as it should be. I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you, of all people. To be perfect in every way, the fulfillment of that creed alone is all I strive for. Well, I have my own creed which I must fulfill, so why don't we solve this together? I have to get going. The crime scene awaits. Don't you dare leave town. Trust me, I have no intention to. Detective Gumshoe! Oh, it's Detective Gumshoe! Too slow! And he got a whipping. Listen up, I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up, understand? Mr. Edgeworth, I'm supposed to guard him? A simple yes or no, detective. Yes, sir, understood, sir. Just leave it to me. Mouse Edgeworth, if you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? Now then, if you excuse me. Oh, her little curtsy's so cute. Bye, Franziska! I love you. Good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Boy, am I glad to see you're okay. Thank you, detective. I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me. I'll get you through this. I have to admit, I'm a bit curious to what Franziska is up to. Maybe I should ask the good detective. Very well, in that case, I have a few questions for you. What is this? Lunchland? It's gotten big enough to warrant its own brand shop. It's crazy. An airport special world flag lunchbox only available for a limited time. We have a variety of lunchboxes made up to look like different country flags. One of the aim to take the lunch plan to Lynch National Market. What's going on over here? No one was in first class with me was questioning about the whole affair. I made it the whole flight. I'm not scared of turbulences anymore. Repeating the same thing over and over to himself. Looking from behind, I think I've seen this man somewhere before. Yeah! Isn't that the Steel Samurai hat? Isn't he like the writer for one of the shows? Oh yeah, he's the writer from the Steel Samurai case. Nom 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 nom. Show your Russia world flags lunches eat you. Wounded lol. Oh, I feel a wave of great powers coming on. It's over 9,000 lows. The next lead movie is gonna be the Steel Samurai Warrior of Neo Tokyo versus the World Samurai Champion of Earth. It's gonna rock so many boxers. The Steel Samurai is finally getting a movie. Okay. Let's talk to. Wait, who's that? You're playing preparing for takeoff. Okay. Alright, let's talk to Detective Gunshu and see what we can find out. Hello, Detective. Talk to me about the initial investigation. How is the initial investigation going? We just shipped the body off to the coroner's office. And we're taking statements now, sir. That sounds like Francisca. She's always good at quick responses to a case. I say she was a little too quick, sir. How so? I rushed on over as soon as I got word of the affair. But somehow when I got here, Miss Von Karma was already here barking out orders at everyone. It was kind of creepy, as though she knew there had been a murder or something. And had come in advance to wait your flight's arrival. And that is sort of odd. Okay, she just show up rather quickly and out of the blue. Plus, I still don't know why she's here in America. There must be some backstory to all of this. Talk about Francisca! Miss Von Karma just kind of popped up at the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident. No details? It's kinda top secret, so she can't talk about it, even with me, sir. Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do is with her whip. Plus, I doubt the top secret part was what stopped her from talking to you, Detective. Although I wonder if her case has anything to do with mine. Anyway, that's a battling for my hat, sir. We should find out more as we investigate. It's high time to resume my investigations. Starting with talking to the people involved in this case afresh. I don't know if there's any use presenting anything to him. I don't think so. But let's do it anyway. Okay, so he doesn't have anything to say. Okay. Alright, so I guess it's time to go back on the plane, because Edgeworth has made it clear that there's nothing else to add. March 12th, 1:37, Flight G390, second floor, first class. So you must be the captain. Why, yes I am. Who might you be? I'm the prodigy prosecutor Francisca Von Karma, and I have a few questions for you. Don't you dare, Captain, getting friendly with another woman. I'll never forgive you if you do. What are you talking about? I only have eyes for you, my dear Cammy. I wouldn't bet money on our dear Captain to be much of a reputable person. You don't want to ask the Captain some questions, sir? He was in the cockpit the entire time. Highly doubt he would know anything of use. Anyway, I like to leave that type of witness to Francisca and her whip. I like how Francisca's just letting us walk by. The Captain's getting a little whipped now. March 12, 1:40 p.m. Flight G390, first floor lounge. Now see here! I'm sorry. How low do you intend to hold me? It is impossible impossible for me to be the criminal. I told you. Mr. LeBlanc. Oh, it is you. Tell this man to stop stopping me from going. Time is money. I don't have even 1 second of wasteful time to spend. Alright. See what's going on here. Sir, you can't go in there. I'm Miles Edgeworth. I'm one of the prosecutors on this case, so please let me through. I'm very sorry, sir. No one's allowed to enter without Miss Von Karma's express permission. I'm on the case. Yes, I understand, but I also have explicit instruction not to let you through from Miss Von Karma. Why would you do this to me, Franziska? Alright, let's talk to this. Let's talk to Mr. LeBlanc. Did you finish taking his statement yet? Yep, all done, sir. I do not concern if you're not done examining the cargo hold. I want my cargo back! Alright, let's talk about his cargo. If you make a single skeleton on my art, you will pay! Art? What sort of art? Mr. LeBlanc is an art dealer, so he's got a bunch of artwork down the cargo hold, sir. There's practically a mountain of them, large and small. From folk costumes to stone statues, I sell all kinds of art. Folk costumes? Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's hat kind of looks like that other piece of cloth. Alright, let's ask him about the blood-soaked cloth that we found in the suitcase. Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me? Oh, it's a Virginia cloth. As I suspected, your hat is made of the same material, I suppose. Yes, of course, this fabric is so famous. Orders come from over the seas for more. Bloody cloth data updated in my organizer. And this is the cargo you were talking about earlier? No. My cargo this time is many chaotic. You detective, why can I have my cargo moved? You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal. The stubbornness of you police, it is no good. And it is no good that the attendant refuses to exit the attendant's room too. That attendant? Talking about Miss Rhoda. Hi. Let's ask him about this. Okay. So he won't answer anything unless expressively asked though. So let's talk about Rhoda with him a bit. What did you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc? She was taken into the attendant's room for her interview. And then they still have not come out. They make no sign of coming out either. I was finished with my interview much earlier, quicker than her. Why is Miss Tenaito's interview the only one that's taking up so much time? Hello, Franziska. Miles Edgeworth, you were given free reign to examine the plane, weren't you? Yes, I was able to obtain the corroboration of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Miss Tenaito. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room? Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances. I understand. You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking. But you can pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth. Alright, here we go! Here we go. Franziska's logic. Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here, in the very lounge the body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found, the only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect. The likeliest suspect, Franziska. Do you have a problem with that? No, but it's not like you to use such vague wording. You're usually a little bit more absolute. I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is my kindness too hard for you to comprehend? Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, for I will prove my innocence soon enough. If I want to continue my investigation, I have to break her line of logic fast. Alright, here we go! Rebuttal to Franziska's logic. Alright, so we're gonna press. This statement doesn't really mean anything, but you know, we do the usual. Do you think you're being a bit rash by simply declaring me the culprit? I like my affairs to be simple and perfect. I'll show you the meaning of both when I finish this whole thing within 3 minutes. You say that like you're cooking a pack of instant ramen and he gets whooped immediately. I won't allow even 3 seconds of useless testimony to be uttered in my presence. See, she hasn't changed a bit, but I won't allow her to send me to prison so easily. Alright, now let's talk about the scene of the crime. So tell me, Franziska, do you know all there is to know about the crime scene? I know all that I need to know in order to arrest you. And nothing more? Are you saying there's more I need to know? Ooh. Oh, Gumshoe got whipped. Sorry, Scruffy, my hand must have slipped. It would appear that Franziska doesn't have all the facts of this case yet. Alright, and now we're talking about the timeline.
Hold it!
What do you mean by scene? Please stop pretending like you don't know. It's insulting. Obviously, I'm talking about how Mr. Hicks was seen calling for an attendant at 5 a.m. And then, from the time after that call until the body was found, the person's not entire time was...
Hold it!
Okay. Well, it's true that I was in the lounge the whole time. That fact alone does not make me the criminal.
Objection!
We'll see about that at the conclusion of this investigation. However, there's one thing that even you must admit at this time. Alright, she's talking about how I'm the most likely suspect. Under the circumstances, I suppose I can agree that I am the most likely suspect. I don't think you did it? Thanks, Gumshoe! Mr. Karma's gotta believe that too. I mean, to our like siblings. Oh. Gumshoe! That's a territory you should not be treading into. Quiet, Scruffy! Even if we were related by blood, that's no guarantee that he's not a criminal. Franziska? I demand to see some proof that you're not the guilty party. Well, likely a suspect, huh? What a roundabout euphemism. But it appeared that she doesn't know yet about the new evidence that we acquired and where we acquired it. I'll take care of the gaps in her logic one hole at a time. Okay. So, we're talking about the scene of the crime.
Hold it!
Okay. Oops, I accidentally pressed her when I meant to present evidence. Okay, so let's show her the suitcase that we found. Go ahead and share that with her. The condescending finger wag. It would appear that you do not have all the information you needed after all. And what does that mean? I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves that the body was moved from a different location. The killer used this suitcase to move the victim's body, meaning that the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all.
Objection!
Now who's the one rashly jumping to conclusions? Excuse me? All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That isn't proof that the body was moved. It could be that the killer simply chose that suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth. I expected you could come to that conclusion. It would seem I can't escape that easily. You should know better than that. A Von Karma is perfect in every way. Ah, but did you know that the killer definitely wheeled the suitcase around at some point?
Objection!
As if there's proof of that. Okay, where's the proof that the suitcase was moved around? Okay, we're gonna talk about... Guessing it's the piggy bank? Because it's the only thing that really makes sense. Oh, this! Something being dragged. The drag marks. I see it now.
Take that!
Show her the grape juice. The spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here. Okay. I'm gonna show her the drag marks. Right here.
Take that!
This mark here, wouldn't you say that looks suspiciously like tracks from 2 wheels? I suppose. Further, there's also grape juice residue on the wheels of the suitcase. This means that the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here. I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else. I'm glad you've come to your senses.
Objection!
Not so fast. This still doesn't put you in the clear, not by a long shot. All right, here we go. Francisca's Logic Part 2. You prepare yourself and acquire the piggy bank before the plane hits that turbulence. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge where you beat him to death. Then while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase, the plane hit that patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the suitcase. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from and pretended to be the discoverer of the body. Alright. Not a bad bit of logic for something you thought of on the fly. Just what are you insinuating? That I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is. No matter how strong the face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. I'll expose the flaws in her logic in one foul swoop. Okay. Francisca's Logic. Here we go. So let's press the statement about the piggy bank, because I'm pretty sure this is where we're supposed to present the evidence. And how do you suppose I was able to take the piggy bank out of its display case? As I recall, the case was locked. That's easy. If the case was locked, you simply had to hit the glass like this. And she whips Gunshoe. Shattered my heart of glass. So she wants to talk about the in-flight shop in the Captain Yuko bank, does she? That takes care of how you obtain the murder weapon. And then I waited for the victim to lounge. Do I even know the victim? I thought there wasn't any of the victim's blood found in the lounge. I thought you say that. What, did you think I wouldn't have noticed? I think you just found a way to cleverly hide the blood splatter in the lounge by accidentally spilling grape juice on top of it. You're accusing me of tampering with the crime scene now? I feel like he's more upset that he's being accused of tampering the crime scene than he's being accused of murder. We'll see now, won't we? The forensic scientists are hard at work on that as we speak. And what do you propose I did after that? Okay. Well, you're in the elevator with the victim's body stuck in the suitcase. I put the victim's body into the suitcase. Where was I headed? That's pretty obvious. You were bringing it to first class where you could safely keep an eye on it. Talking about this thing, you know, I hardly call it discreet or ordinary. Annoying brat. Well, then you were intending to leave it inside the elevator. But unfortunately for you, a wrench was thrown into your plans. She's talking about the turbulence. And the body came out. That doesn't really make sense either. You've experienced turbulence on a flight before. Of course, many times. You get used to it after a while. The patch we hit was especially rough and I passed out briefly, but only for a second. Good thing it was only for a second, so it would have been bad if you had really blanked out. Yes, indeed. Fortunately, blanking out is exactly what got me into this mess in the first place. Okay. No way out, you have to put the suitcase back where you had taken it. If I really were a criminal, do you really think it would be so easily caught? You're certainly in the middle of being caught right now. Damn. I had to find a contradiction fast. And I'll tell you exactly what you did after that. Okay, loiter around the lounge. And then pretended to be the discoverer of the body. I didn't pretend to be anything. I really was the first discoverer to discover the victim's body. I suppose that's true. So then you are yielding to my statement? Don't be foolish. I still insist that you're the killer, but in that sense, you really were the first to discover the body to be dead. Okay. Let's present our piggy bank. At her statement where she says we broke into the case to get the piggy bank. Okay. Let's present the piggy bank that we know fell out after the turbulence. during the turbulence.
Objection!
The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared. Evidence and logic, essential tools that those who would stand in a courtroom must learn to master. But what if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix? A fake? This Captain Hugo piggy bank is just such a fake. It is not the real murder weapon. What? The timing of when the bank was taken from the shop is important, and it was taken after the turbulence had occurred. But then what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that? I assume it was added after the murder when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did 3 things after the turbulence. After exiting the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then the killer proceeded to pick the bank up from off the floor and took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head. And you were passed out the entire time, Edgeworth! Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage in my pocket, to be precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Appleby Hughes. You there! Yes, ma'am! Other than this piggy bank, was anything else resembling a murder weapon found? We didn't find anything in this lounge or in the shop that could be used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence, and the remaining items all test negative for any trace of blood. See, wow, Miles Edgeworth, it appears your stall tactics are at an end. But it's possible they're just hidden somewhere, sir. Oh damn, she whipped him for spitting facts! The criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place. I think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth. Exactly what I was thinking. Because the cloth was hidden inside the suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence. Which means that the real murder weapon is either still in the murderer's personage or is still at the real crime.
Objection!
There's one more possibility. And that would be that the piggy bank is in fact a real weapon. But didn't we just... Let me finish. The killer took the bank out from the display case before the turbulence by opening the lock on the display case door. And it was at that time that the glass pane in the door was broken. I say that's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? Let's see, so that means the killer had the key to the display case. Francisca, the person you're talking about. Not so fast. I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about also committed another sin. She tricked the captain and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is the sin of lying. Oh. Speaking of which, I recall that you also wish to speak with her. Yes. Very well, permission granted, but only if I can sit in on your interrogation. Do we understand each other? I have no intention of interrogating her, but you are welcome to accompany me if you so wish. Miss Tenorito is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move. Alright, we've unlocked the next area. March 12th, 2:23 p.m. Flight G390, first floor flight attendant's room. So you're the one that poked around inside this plane without the captain's permission. Deviation for the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know. What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that? Miss Tenorito. Ah, Mr. Ashworth, you're here too? Can you please help us and shed some light on why you did what you did? Alright. Alright. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. Oh, what's all of this? Let's take a look around. Let's take a look around. There's sure to be a close and sword in his trash can. Detective Gumshoe, if you please. Yes, sir! Just leave the rummaging to me. Scruffy, how dare you go through a woman's trash without her permission? Have you no sense of honor? I'm sorry, I'm just doing what Mr. Edgeworth told me to do. Poor Gumshoe. Forgive me, detective. Alright. It's pretty easy to tell who sleeps in which bunk just by looking. I'm almost certain that the well-kept one up top belongs to Miss Teneito. The bottom one's a giant mess. You sloven, squalid, strong draw of a man. You dare to scrutinize a woman's bed and invade her privacy? Oops, I keep getting gumshoe whipped. There are some things in life best kept to yourself, detective. Alright. What's this? What exactly is this panel for?
Ah, that's the emergency control panel for the elevator. We used it to stop the elevator on the first floor and to keep its doors open.
Okay. So there's an emergency panel inside the flight attendant's room that could move the elevator up and down. These are the attendant's locker. Let's hurry up and examine them. Why must men always be so rude? Besides, who exactly gave you permission to search through the attendant's locker? Detective, wait! It would be uncalled for us to look into a woman's locker without her permission. I guess so. Plus, I failed this murderous draft and I can sense a whipped off far behind. One of those suitcases designed by Miss Teneito. You can tell it's hardly ever been used by the lack of even a single scratch on it. What are inside these boxes?
Oh, those are some souvenirs I brought in Virginia.
There's so many. There's even a second box.
Well, yes, I find that folk art from around the world does great things for my creativity.
The suitcases certainly could have done with a whole lot less of your creativity. Oh, there's all this junk inside these boxes. There's no rhyme or reason to any of it.
That's how lost and found, Mr. Edgeworth.
Gold crowns and swords and necklaces. It's like a treasure trove in here, sir. The fact that these were left on the plane implies they were carried on to begin with. Something tells me it's time for Gogi to send its metal detectives out for repairs. Okay, we're getting yelled at by Franziska because I was curious. Anyhow, let's talk to Rhoda. Rhoda! Okay, well, let's ask her about the captain's permission. Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that?
Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission.
What do you mean?
The captain, he only has ears for Cammy.
I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken with Miss Meal.
Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends.
In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges.
Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness.
Miss Teneito, is it? There's one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in the in-flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly.
Yes, I was.
And why were you there?
Well,
Well, a sudden hesitation, Francisco seems to have struck a nerve. Okay, let's talk about the in-flight shop.
All I did was go check up on the shop like I always do.
You're saying it was for work then?
Yes, I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise.
After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct?
Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell.
Miss Teneito claims to have no reason other than duty to go to the shop. But is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing. Alright, let's present her some evidence, and we'll start with the suitcase. Could please take a look at this for me, Miss Teneito?
Oh, the suitcase!
Yes, about the suitcase. You're the one who designed it, correct? And I think I figured something else out about it. This suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it?
There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there?
Won't you please tell me more about the suitcase?
Yes, I was interested in seeing how the suitcases I had designed were selling. I know that as a service professional, I'm not supposed to care. But I really wanted to know. And I was glad to see that it was the last one there.
The last one there? That doesn't seem right, because there were two. The last suitcase. So you're saying, Miss Tenaya, that the suitcase in question was the last one?
Yes, they're just so popular, they're practically flying off the shelves.
That's not exactly the impression I got.
The one in the shop is most definitely the last one.
Well, we're currently looking at that suitcase.
Really? Then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one.
I didn't say anything about buying it.
Then say you buy it!
I'm sorry, I can't.
But why? I think go great with your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you.
The bright green with his red jacket? Okay.
I guarantee it personally as a service professional.
Well, that is, how should I put this? It's hideous.
What?
Maybe that was a bit too direct. Moving on, my issue with the suitcases and its designs, the number of them remaining.
Remaining?
There were 2 suitcases in the in-fly shop when I investigated.
2? But that's impossible. I'm sure there was only one.
Looks like her story has generated quite the contradiction.
When I left the shop, I'm positive there's only one suitcase left.
Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? By the way, Miss Tenayiro, what is one of those suitcases doing here?
That's...
I thought you said there was only one left.
That one is, it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now.
She's used it for a long time? I think not. Miss Tenayiro, I appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me.
Excuse me?
I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a very long time. Alright, the price tag is still on it, girl! The price tag is still on it, girl! You gotta do a little better than that. Tell me, Miss Tenayiro, is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase? What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about a suitcase? Despite having faith in her design sense, the sales number made her cry bitter tears. The truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. She's buying her own suitcase? That's so sad! Miss Tenayiro, I think I understand. I know what you're trying to hide. Now then, the suitcase was originally in the in-fly shop. Seeing as how the price tag is still on the suitcase, one can only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who bought the suitcase was you. Oh, it's so sad! It was you, wasn't it, Miss Tenayiro? I hate to say this, but this suitcase that you designed, it hasn't sold very well, has it? You saw how poorly this design that you poured your heart into was selling, and were deeply hurt. That's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right? And the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry! All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I had finally accomplished something. Well, the suitcases didn't sell.
It's because of the design, isn't it? Or because it's, as you put it, hideous.
Can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either.
We weren't selling a single one, and they were just sitting there collecting dust. I felt so bad seeing them there day in, day out. So I decided to buy one for every flight I worked.
You buy one every single time you work a flight? I see, so in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well.
Yes, and here's my receipt for that purchase.
This receipt is clearly timestamped 5:40 a.m.
The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. We're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight.
Miss Tenayiro, where are these other suitcases?
They should all be down the cargo hold.
Then the suitcase the killer used could very well have come from the cargo hold.
Mr. Edgeworth, you don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases?
Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases. to move the victim's body.
How could they? Those suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips. That's all I ever wish for them to be.
Miss Tenerido, is there any other way to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator?
The only other way is just through that door there.
And what about security?
That door has no special lock installed because just to enter this room, you need a special keycard that only crew members have access to.
Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects.
I can't believe it.
Yes, Francisca? Going on these wild goose chases, you're a disgrace to the Von Karma name. And what do you mean by that? The suitcase came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells the whole story. Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used their keycard. Miles Edgeworth! You're proposing that the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct? Yes, that's the only realistic possibility. That other attendant, Miss Meal. I asked her earlier and she had this to say. Francisca got information out of Miss Meal. In order to make the elevator go down to the cargo hold, a different key card is required. A different one? Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card is you, Miss Rhoda Tenerido, and only you. What, is this true, Miss Tenerido?
Yes, I keep that key card in my locker at all times.
Could you please show us that card right now?
Yes, hold on. I don't believe it.
What's wrong?
The key card. It's gone.
Very clever. Pretending that your card was stolen when in fact you're just trying to hide it from us. You really thought this through.
Wait, it's not like that.
You can tell us about what it's like down at the station, officer. Arrest this woman. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, Rhoda! I don't think she did it. I don't think she did it. What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face. Francisca, I know that you are the lead investigator on this case. However, hold it. Don't even think about wasting any more of my time. You know the rules as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth? I intend to do likewise. To be continued! Ooh! Alright. Now we're gonna move to the cargo hold. We're just going all over this plane. We're going everywhere on this plane. Whew. Alright, here we go. March 12, 2:52 p.m. Flight G390, lower deck cargo hold. So this is the cargo hold, huh? He's like a kid in a candy store. It's so big. I mean, it is a cargo hold. Oh, damn! Oh, it's not just big, it's very, very big. This plane is a special model. It has both a super large cargo hold and ultra luxurious first class seating. So is this the real scene of the murder? There is certainly a high probability of that, which is why we're here, correct? Okay, let's get investigating, sir. Begin investigation! Alright, here we go. Lower deck cargo hold. Start with the elevator. You just love pushing the buttons on elevators and crosswalk signals. Here, you should give it a try, sir. The elevator is currently stopped on the first floor, detective. It can't move. Guess nothing would happen if you pushed it now. But nothing would happen normally anyway without the special key card. Both the door to the attendant's room and the elevator control panels require a key card, which makes it impossible for a passenger to come down here. Okay. All sorts of boxes are piled up here. This one says flammable, and this one it says pharmaceutical. This one says for exorcism use only. Oh, I'm interested for that. I'm interested about that. So what kind of operation is this airline running? I mean, you've met Maya Fey. Have you not? You notice anything strange happening around here? No, sir, I haven't noticed a thing. Alright. What's this? What's this? What's with the suitcase, pal? It's what the victim checked in, sir. So this suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he'd mind if we took a closer look. There's nothing out of the ordinary here, sir. A file? And there's a photo of Miss Von Karma in it, sir. It looks like a profile on Franziska. Hey. What would Mr. Hicks have had a file on her? If these are the suitcases. Mr. Edgeworth's like an all-you-can-use suitcase fair. These must be all the leftover ones they couldn't sell. The ones the company's planning to dispose of after this fight is over. This paint job is really cool, don't you think? Practically screams artsy. Oh, why not purchase one then? I'm sure it'll bring you much happiness. You think so? Then maybe I will. Let's see here. $1,200! I think I'll pass. And this channel wonders why they don't sell. You need 2 jobs just to buy one. Although it definitely looks like one is missing. What is this brittle substance I'm stepping on? It's a bunch of glass fragments? Like... from the glasses? Ooh, okay. We'll put that together in a second. Zenfar Express. I didn't know that this plane was capable of carrying such a large piece of cargo. This thing's as tall as 2 of you on top of each other, sir. Probably take 20 of you to cover the entire surface of this monstrosity. What, really? I guess that sounds about right. There's really no need to take that throwaway estimate seriously, detective. Okay. Bed sheets. From Virginia to USA. Keep track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo. It sure brings back memories of when I worked as a part-time mover, sir. By the look inside, he's waiting for me to ask about the rest of the story. But no matter how he pours on the puppy eyes, I have no intention of doing so. You're so mean to him, Edgeworth. Okay, so some bed sheets. Giant monument. Alright, let's talk to Franziska real quick. You arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gunshoe, correct? And you then immediately began to direct the investigation. It seems to me that you were already here at this airport for something besides the murder. Yes, I was. Alright, let's ask her. Why this airport? I've been following a very large and involved governmental level international crime. But it's much too large for one person to take on alone. So it's decided that I should form a joint investigation with Interpol. Oh. Interpol is involved? It's a top secret operation, so I really can't tell you any more than I already have. I didn't take a look at it. Well, I guess it only matters at 540. Okay, hang on. Broken glass and the glass shards. Are they connected? The broken glasses? Curious. Okay! You can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses. The victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses. Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of his glasses lenses. Ergo, the victim was here just as I suspected. So you're saying that the real scene of the crime was here, sir. Isn't that what I've been saying for a while now? Oh, is it? I didn't know that. Oh my god, Gumshoe. It's alright, you're doing your best. Perhaps a bit early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe that the probability has just skyrocketed considerably. All that's left is to find the murder weapon. Okay, the profile of Franziska, and then Franziska came to this airport as an Interpol liaison, so Franziska was supposed to meet Mr. Hicks? Yes! Now, why would a Mr. Hicks have documents profiling Franziska? Oh, I know, I bet he's a big fan of Miss Von Karma. Francisca said she has come to this airport as part of an Interpol investigation. Maybe Mr. Hicks had heard she was coming here and he followed her. Detective, I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was in actuality Interpol agent Hicks. I think Francisca had some explaining to do. Alright, let's talk to Francisca now. Truth behind Hicks. You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you? Nonsense! What are you talking about? We found a profile detailing information about you in the victim's luggage. I suppose it was prepared for him so that he could recognize you when he lands. Which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol Agent Hicks. Isn't that correct? I should have known you'd figure it out, Miles. But it looks like they got to him first. So you really did come here to receive an Interpol agent then? Yes. Agent Hicks was on the trail of a very large international smuggling ring. Okay. He went undercover to investigate this crime, and it was I who put him on this case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on his cell phone once he had landed. I never expected to receive a call about his murder instead. We now have pretty definitive evidence that Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold. But what was he doing down here, sir? There's nothing but luggage. Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot something in his suitcase and came down to get it? Okay. Alright, Gumshoe. Agent Hicks came here for a work-related reason. Of that, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure he was here to investigate the smuggling operation he was observing. Francisca, do you know exactly how I intended to pursue his investigation? No, unfortunately, I was going to find out from him after he landed. I see, but this raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew and entered the cargo hold with the person who let him in. And then he was murdered here. These glass fragments and his broken glasses are a testament to that. Oh, Miss Chamomile! Miss Chamomile. Chamomile. Well, I guess I was right about her giving the Dahlia vibes. And then the killer put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases and they entered the elevator, but while they were riding it up, the plane hit that patch of turbulence. Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped open and Agent Hicks' body flew out. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere. Which explains why there was money scattered all over the elevator floor. Alright! Another mystery solved, but not quite finished. I think it's pretty easy to say who the culprit is at this stage. Really, sir? She's gonna say Rhoda. But I don't think so. I know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth, but the killer can be none other than Miss Rhoda Teneiro. Alright, here we go. Definitive evidence. If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. But the point to keep in mind is the keycard that allows the elevator to come down here. The only person with such high-level access is Miss Rhoda Teneiro. I say that's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you? I know what she's trying to say, but I'm not certain it's as simple as that. Alright, here we go. Time for a rebuttal to definitive evidence logic by Francisca. So we're gonna press everything. If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks the cargo hold. Okay, press that a little bit. That might be true, but then it could be anyone, including Miss Meal or even the captain. Hello, you Silver Sam. Hello, who are we whipping today? Everyone! Everyone. They're all deserving of it. Hope you're having a good day while watching Francisca whip everyone. Don't be a fool. A plane without a pilot in the cockpit is like a horse without a rider. Crobbenham, much like Scruffy over there. Poor Gumshoe. He just stands there. He doesn't do anything, yeah. I can't disagree with her on that. Detective Gumshoe does always need a guiding hand. And what about the other flight attendant, Miss Meal? Thought you might ask about her. Okay, we're talking about the key card now. It's highly likely that the keycard was stolen from this city, though. It's highly likely is that possibility the best you can come up with. And you call yourself a disciple of my father. Oh, I got whipped this time. All right. Yeah, well, I don't have any evidence. No, Ezra looking extra whippable. That's right. He is getting... He just got whipped just now. Quiet, you're a disgrace. There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda Tenaito, you know. It's not just the keycard that gives her away. Are you talking about the murder weapon, the Captain Google piggy bank? She's also the only person with the key to open that display case. Okay. It's the matter of the key to this display case that held the murderer's bank.
Hold it!
Press that one.
Objection!
That is a fake. Stop right there, Mouse Edgeworth. You don't have any proof that this is just a red herring. If you must keep on insisting that it's fake, then what is the real murder weapon and where did it go? Speechless, I see. That's not a surprise. Hello, Mr. 2. Welcome in. How are you? I hope your day is well. I hope your day is well. And I really appreciate video games which there's some inequality between the sexes. I see. Oh, no, I like Franziska. She's cool. But I like Edgeworth too, so. After all, you know that we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. There must be a way. There must be something that can help me rule out the piggy bank as the murder weapon. Okay. What should be examined further to help us ascertain the authenticity of the weapon? Piggy bank crime scene, the body. Crime scene? Where's the blood? Where's the blood? Oh, so is that a cat on my shoulder? Yes! I don't know its name. People keep asking me his name, but the cat has yet to decide to tell me his name. So for now, he's just Void Cat. Or maybe it's a she, I don't know. They're just Void Cat until they feel like telling me what their name is. Doing fine. I was sick yesterday. Oh no! So I'm a lot better today. I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm glad you're feeling better. Alright, I'm gonna go with crime scene. I'm gonna turn up the murder weapon. Okay, she's not gonna like this. I'm searching through them. We haven't found anything that even closely resembles a murder weapon. Okay, well, maybe we should examine the piggy bank. Oh, she's not gonna like this either. This is the real weapon. It should be damaged or perhaps have a dent on it somewhere. Looked into that already and there's no sign of anything on it. But we can't discount it as a murder weapon on that one fact alone. Piggy bank is after all made of a stronger material than human flesh. Alright, I'm taking hits right now. Alright, so we'll have to go with the body. At this point, just call it Cat Aries Jr. It'll tell me its name when it feels like it. Franziska, I think you were too quick to jump to your conclusions. Yes, we don't even have the autopsy results yet. How can I not say that you made a snap judgment when you have yet to even see? The wound on Agent Hicks' head is consistent with the murder weapon. Oh, I had assumed she already mashed it. I guess she didn't. Scruffy! Yes, sir! Contact the medical examiner's office at once. I wish to hear the results of Agent Hicks' autopsy. Yes, sir. Let's go, Gumshoe. Give me my autopsy report. We've got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. What is it, detective? They're still doing the autopsy, but they said that they already know this one thing for sure. Report! Now! The doc said that it's one giant bruise from beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. From the victim's shoulder to his mid-back? He was beaten over such a wide area? Well, I say maybe it's a sign the killer had a grudge against Agent Hicks. One consistent bruise, though? That sounds like impact. Like he was pushed into something. It wasn't just his head. The killer went all out and hit him multiple times. No, they're saying it's one consistent bruise from shoulder down to mid-back. That's not multiple beatings. Autopsy report data jotted down in my organizer. Gumshoe's just a little bit guy. He is. Like a whip? No, a whip wouldn't cause one big bruise. There'll be one striation. Scruffy, what has had a grudge against Agent Hicks supposed to mean? That's, Was the wound on the victim's head consistent with the murder weapon, detective? They say they were still looking into that, sir. Completely useless. Sorry, can't help you, Gumshoe. Even though I know it's not your fault. Sir, I told you already you can't go down there. No! You remove yourself from my way! I already know who this is without having to see who it is. What is all that racket? I knew it! My luggage, my cargo, they're mine and I demand you return them to me. We're still investigating the cargo hold. Please understand I have a little patience. I suppose there's no choice. Finally, I think he gave. Oh, you have left me no choice but to use strong force. Ah! You won't get past it. Oh! He fell! He was pushed! That's why it's one big bruise. Gravity strikes again. This is it. That's it. That's what this whole thing has been about. Who's this hat? I think it's a dude. What happens to her? Nothing. I don't think. He's just gonna land on the boxes. Further, there's the mat of the key to the display case that held the murderer's bank. After all, you know that we searched the entire cargo hold and came out empty-handed. Because there's a box right there. I think he's just gonna fall on top of it. The doc said that it's one giant bruise from beating from the shoulder down his mid-back. Alright, here we go. So weapon couldn't be found and cause of death. It's because there is no weapon. The cargo hold itself is the weapon. I feel like we've been here before. I feel like I've been here before. Hey, that's not how Edgeworth wants to connect them. I'm not sure what we're supposed to be connecting. I understand where we're going with this. Okay, here we go. Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there's extensive bruising over such a wide area. But is that really the correct conclusion to draw from this evidence? The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is one continuous mark, which is more suggestive of a single blow to the back. If that's the case, then the piggy bank is much too small to have caused that. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger. An usually large area of bruising suggests that a very large weapon was used. The room itself. The cargo hold is the murder weapon. This reminds me of a certain case in Danganronpa. If we're looking for a rather large weapon, you'd think it would stick out. But so far, we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. Perhaps, just perhaps, it's something we all overlooked from the very beginning, because normally it is too impossibly big to be taken into consideration. What was that all about? Was he trying to jump his way down here? Franziska. What? What do you want? I found it, Franziska. I found the real murder weapon. You did? You really jumped. We didn't really realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole time. He's fine! He just fell on top of the boxes. There's that pompous attitude of yours again. You should learn to drop that habit. It's coming from a prosecutor with the habit of whipping everyone she comes across. Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, then you'll back yourself up with evidence. You two aren't listening at all. He's fine! He fell into the box! Show me the real evidence? I don't have any evidence to show, though. I don't have any evidence to show you. Foolish reasoning for a foolish fool from a foolishly foolish fool mean to fool me. What do you mean by I don't have any evidence to show? Perhaps I should have phrased it as that which caused Agent Hicks' death is incorporeal. Forgive me, but I do believe I figured out what was the real cause of death. Gravity. The victim fell from a great height and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death is free falling to the ground. This also explains the glasses shattering and the glass being left by the suitcases. So he would have been pushed from the stairs? No, but wouldn't that have messed up the suitcases? He fell to his death. Yes, this is the only plausible possibility. Victim has extensive bruising on the back of his head and his back. But where would he have fallen from? The boxes are there, so he fell off the stairs and maybe the killer moved the suitcases? To cover it up? And the only rational explanation for these injuries is that he fell to his death. But the murder happened inside this plane. I know. He claiming that there's some place in this plane from which he could have fallen from? As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time. Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs of this very cargo hold. And then... Oh no, he's fine. He fell on top of the boxes. That's not enough distance. Tell me you're on dead, pal! Quiet! Why are you screaming? He's alive! And there you have it, Mouse Edgeworth. It's not possible that Agent Hicks fell over the railing to his death. It's assuming the cargo was there when he fell, though. And man is living proof of that. I suppose it's true that it's not possible, given the current circumstances. Yeah. What if the cargo hold didn't look like this at the time? Suppose that large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time, what would have happened then? You would have been a Borginian pancake for sure, sir! I suppose that man over there wouldn't still be breathing. But the reality is that cargo box is there. Didn't we? We brought in cargo when we were in Zenfa. So it could have, the cargo could have not been there when he fell to his death. Is that what we're getting at? There's no point in entertaining your wild hypothetical scenarios. It may be there now, but there's no proof that it was always there. As if there could have been a window of time when the giant box was not there. Yeah, but there was. What can I use to show her that it's possible a box is not always where it was now? Because they transferred cargo during that time. So it's quite possible. Okay, let's present this.
Take that!
You refueled in the Republic of Zenfa. Yes. This flight had a short layover in Zenfa in order to refuel. That wasn't the only reason for the layover. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred onto the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question. Zenfa Express. It could have been loaded on during the cargo transfer. Meaning it was loaded onto the plane in Zenfa. Cargo from Zenfa data jotted down and organized there. Now, what if the box in question was also loaded on at the same time? It would mean that the box was not here in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zenfa leg of the flight, making a clear drop from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death entirely possible. But your theory is still very far-fetched, and allow me a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. The first order of business will be to examine that piece of cargo in more detail. Alright! Time for more investigation in the lower deck cargo hold. This is a rather large piece of cargo. There's a tag on it, sir. Olive red statue, never heard of it. Nor I, but all I care about is if we can prove it wasn't here at the time of the crime. And let's get investigating. Look here, do not go about touching my possessions without my permission. Don't rush up on me like that, pal. So this belonged to Mr. LeBlanc, does it? I should see what else I can find out from him. I want to talk about bed sheets. Keeping track of this many piece of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew. Okay, so we already kind of talked about this. Okay, there's nothing else. So let's talk to Mr. LeBlanc. LeBlanc's cargo. I take it that this large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. LeBlanc. Of course it is mine. I shipped this fine piece of art from Europe. This is a leaf red statue. It's worth 10 million cents. No! Maybe much, much more. Mr. LeBlanc's reason for choosing this plane must have been the large cargo hold. 10 million cents? I suggest you stop trying to calculate how many packets of noodle that makes, detective. How did you do that? Because we know you well. I feel like you keep getting better and better at seeing right through me every year. Though I grow with each revolution of the planet around the sun. I have a distinct impression he continues to madly spin and play. Alright, Ashworth. Hey, Mr. Ashworth, so that 10 million cents, is that in Europe or in dollars? Does it really make a difference to our case? Mr. LeBlanc, there's a chance that your cargo is related to a murder case. I was wondering if you would allow us to examine it a bit closer. It is a very valuable piece of art, so no, there will be no touching. Okay. It's a very valuable piece of art, and well, Agent Hicks was investigating smuggling. So let's connect that. If Mr. LeBlanc has something to do with the smuggling ring, then it's possible this fake statue was brought on board in Zenfa. I think I need to question him a bit further. Alright, let's press him some more. Fake statue. About your statue, Mr. LeBlanc. I wonder if it might be a fake. What? How dare you say my art is fake? I suspect that your statue might be the target of an international smuggling ring. Don't say such fantastical things, those sheaves with them there. I have the certification of my cargo right here. You mean the cargo certification document? Mr. Zinc LeBlanc, why didn't you say so earlier? Please show it to us at once. Can't read this. What does it say? It says plain as day the cargo was put on... Oh. It says plain as day the cargo was put onto the plane in Europe. And there you have it, Mouse Edgeworth. Too bad for you. The statue was brought on board in Europe just as it states in the certificate. Which means that there never was a window of time which the statue wasn't sitting there. What if it was swapped out during the cargo hold? When they were transferring cargo? I respectfully disagree. We can't discount the theory until I see the statue for myself. Now you can have your wish. Look at it yourself and see I am right. Oh! It's the statue in the photograph! But... yeah, this one has red eyes. Oh no, they're not the same. This is the Aleph red. It gives off such a feeling of art, I can practically smell it. This statue has a high amount of historic value. After it was unveiled at the museum in Europe, I brought it to this country to exhibit it. A lift red statue data gendarme organizer. I believe a closer look is warranted here. Okay. This is the infamous Alif Red statue. Do you find something wrong? There's something wrong with this picture. Examine in more detail. Yeah, the eyes are supposed to be red. That's why it's called the Alif Red. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Higgs, for your photo. These eyes are awfully orange, don't you think? Yeah, I'm pretty. They remind me of sunsets when I was in grade school, sir. I don't think you see what I'm talking about. No, we're not talking about the sun, Gumshoe! Alright, he's having a moment. Let's give him a moment. I don't care about sunsets. Focus, detective. What color are the eyes in this photo? They're red! As I thought, the statue is a fake. Mr. LeBlanc. What do you want? Do you not know I'm a busy man? I allow you 2 seconds for your answer. The Alif Red, I suppose, is your pride and joy, is it not? It is the biggest trophy on this European trip. Do you know why I wanted to possess this statue? The trigger started 17 years ago. Gotta grab a chair so it sounds like it's gonna be a long story. Mr. LeBlanc, I regret to inform you and you have my heartfelt sympathy, but... What is that? Sympathy for what? You'll see. I'd like you to compare the eyes. That large fellow there has very bright and pretty eyes compared to you. I wasn't talking about the two of us. I meant the eyes of the statue in front of us and the one in this photo. Why the sudden yelling? Now is it? Oh! It is a photo of the statue on display at the museum in Europe. No! Now do you see, Mr. LeBlanc? The statue before us is a fake. Fake! I believe that even further examination will be required. Now that we have confirmed that this is indeed a fake, there must be some sort of proof that this was brought on board in Zanfa. And I will present to you evidence that will resolve the remaining contradiction. What have we here? It says Zanfa Express on the clock, sir. Something is tugging on the corner of my mind as though something's out of place. Okay. Wait. Are they saying... Oh! Why is... Okay, so the Zanfa Wash came in later. So if the statue really was here before the cargo transfer, shouldn't it be inside instead of the outside? Okay, I think I get what they're getting at. Okay. Where's the waybill? Okay. Is it just me or the statue looks even bigger on the photo than in here? Oh, maybe. It's possible. It's possible. Oh, it's not here. Oh, maybe I should present the cargo transfer. I mean, this has to be connected. Wait, what is it then? And now let's take a look at our evidence before we die. Okay. In turbulence. It's not the waybill. It was loaded during 1.5. What's in here? Wait, what? Okay, this document that it was loaded. This on his seat when we took off again at 5 a.m. Virginian cloth. What's the contradiction? I don't think we have anything else to do, so it has to be here. Over here. The Zenfire Express on the clock. Something is tugging on the corner of my mind as though something is out of place. Something is out of place. It's not that. I don't think it's these. I think it has anything to do with the in-flight mech. Cloth. I don't think it has anything to do with anything. Four and 5. It was there again when we... Amy's death. Losing had to meet back. The statue was loaded on board in Europe. Fueling between 4 and 5 at the transport. Oh no, I'm stuck! Okay, so we already looked at the... Oh, wait. Already looked at the eyes. So... it was swapped in with the real one at some point. He's tugging. Okay. Alright, we're going my gut. If we lose more HP... Wait. Oh! Oh! I didn't think to look down! Right here! That sure looks like stepping all over its neighbor's cloth cover, but that's not possible because Zenfa's supposed to come after Europe. Okay. Alright. So I would present it here. Okay. Alright, we're going for it. There's clearly a contradiction here. Well, that only took forever. What are you going on about? It's just a simple case of a cargo covering getting stuck under another piece of cargo. That's not possible. But it is. It shouldn't be this way, but the statue's on top of the cloth. Supposing that the neighboring piece of cargo was brought on board in Zanfa, there's no way that any part of it should wind up under something from Europe. Which means that this fake statue was smuggled on board in Zanfa. Then what about the cargo certificate? Let me ask you in return, what about Agent Higgs? Why did he come down here in the middle of the flight? There's only one reason why, to secure proof of smuggling activity aboard this flight. So you say, but I don't believe he had to do that mid-flight. He could have just as easily inspected all of the cargo after the plane landed. That may be true, however you have it backwards, Francisca. Sure, Agent Hicks could have waited until after the plane had landed, but he had a reason for coming down to the cargo hold. Suppose he had found the fake at the airport, it would have been after the swap had occurred. At that time, the suspicion would naturally fall onto the statue's owner, who would have no way to prove that the statue was switched without his knowledge. Which means there's someone involved who's forging or modifying cargo certificates. Lift rest of it data updated in my organizer. Investigation complete. We recover much of our lost HP. Thank goodness. I guess the victim knew the real version of this was gonna get nabbed, huh? Yes, while the photo could have been seen as nothing more than a simple souvenir, it was in fact taken to be used as a reference document later on. Next, Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place. Came down here to take a picture of the cargo hold, a rather empty one at that, right before the fake statue could be loaded on board. Photo of the hold missing a valuable piece of cargo would have been proof enough. After that, all he had to do was hold the Zangfa cargo crew and arrest the smuggler. Exactly, this only goes to prove my theory. If the statue was not in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zangfa leg of the trip, there would have been enough height from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death. Officer! Move the statue immediately. I want a thorough examination of the floor underneath now! Miss Von Karma, I'm ready to report my findings. Go on. After moving the Lifred statue out of the way, we tested the area under it with luminol and there was a reaction. There was a reaction to luminol and an indication that there was blood in that spot. Gumshoe! Toughen up! It would seem that my deduction were correct after all. I suppose it would appear that way. The culprit cleaned the blood up well. And how do you think the killer did that? The cloth! The cloth! The cloth I found in the suitcase!
Take that!
The killer used the bloody cloth I found inside the suitcase to clean up the mess. See, they had need to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in Zangfa. Yes, because otherwise the cargo crew would have discovered it during the layover. So you guys are saying that the murder happened before the plane landed in Zangfa? There's no other conceivable timeline for the events of the murder. If that is true, then that throws a certain person's testimony into doubt. Yeah, because the... let's see. Reloading and refuel... loading the cargo and refueling is between 4 and 5. But, like, Cami Mio says she saw him at 5 o'clock. The murder occurred before he landed in Zangfa, then this becomes highly suspect. Miss Meal's testimony. Recall Miss Meal's testimony about Agent Hicks in regard to when we departed Zangfa. She saw him in his seat at 5 a.m. She claims Agent Hicks was alive at the time of service call, but that totally contradicts the facts, sir. But why would she lie about something like that? I think only the person who can answer that is Miss Meal herself. To be continued! Alright. Oh damn, is that the real Mr. 2? I know, haven't seen Mr. 2 in so long. He comes, he pops in, and then he disappears. Big fan. Alright, we're actually gonna stop here, because we're almost at the... Actually, can we finish? Can we finish? Can we finish? How much do we have left? I feel like we have quite a bit left. So, we're going to stop here for today, and then we will confront Cammy. We will confront Cammy. We will confront Cammy on our next stream. Hi, Johnny. Been a little busy since I went back to school. No worries. Hope school is treating you well. Hope school is treating you well. All right, but that is it. that is it for tonight. That is it for tonight. Ooh, stretch. Wow, we got pretty far in the case. There's still a bit left, but I feel like, you know, it'll be a good like 30 minutes or so, I think, before we can close the case. So we'll save that for next time. We'll save that for our next stream. Already want vacation. Me always. Me always. Well, have a great day or a great night, Mr. Two and Johnny. Thank y'all so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate y'all. This one, even if I only joined for a while, you're always welcome here, Mr. Two. You're always welcome here. But yeah, that is all for today. That is all for today. We will be back on Saturday at 7 p.m. PDT with more Persona 3 Reload. So I will see y'all then. Chill, stay cool, stay safe. And I will see y'all next time. Good night, and I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.